GCUE.
The podcast you have been waiting for.
6 friends, 6 opinions, infinite laughs, all unfiltered.
This is that fire podcast, believe you me. It's the almighty intellect, CUE. 6 ballers on the court like a 3-on-3. And my whole team is MVP. We getting buckets, catching oops, step backs, jellies and creeps. Real talk, no cap, better cop out brief. Put respect on a name when you talk about weed. But when you see us, you know what it's gonna be.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? We back again for another Friendly Friday on the GQ podcast. I'm Shad, based here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to introduce the cast real quick. First, I'm going to jump over to Bub.
Hey, what's up, everybody? If it's your first time with us, we welcome you. If it's not your first time, we welcome you back. If you're watching us live on Facebook, make sure you share this live. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Either way, though, make sure you enjoy the show.
Absolutely. Then we got PJ. I'm sorry, the real PJ.
Yeah, let's get it right, because when you see me in the streets, you will definitely stay the real.
One of these, I'm just turn your mic off and just let it rock. This how you talk with no sound. Then we got our green tea aficionado. What up, Steve?
What up? What up? What up? Let's get to it.
Last but not least, floating somewhere in the atmosphere, we got Eddie.
Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? Hey, let's do it.
You know, Eddie on that Steve Jobs rocket right now. Yo, so starting off, unfortunately, you know, we don't got the visuals as we usually do. We're gonna make it work without them. But getting right into it, because my computer died.
It's an Apple,
it's
right?
dead. It's an Apple.
Computer?
It's dead.
All right.
Apple computer. Apple is dead. I mean, it's a bad situation, but we're gonna smile through it for a moment. I'll cry later. But jumping in, you know, Space Jam 2 came out today, which I think Eddie might be playing with the Toon Stars. So, which I think about Bron potentially becoming a billionaire after this movie's finished. I'm sorry, not officially becoming a billionaire before I get corrected by the green tea aficionado. LeBron will have grossed $1 billion by the time this movie comes out throughout his career.
Well,
it's only a matter of time.
Dope. Good.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time for something like that to happen for him.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm proud of him.
I mean, yeah, Bron's a dope dude. I like the movie. I actually watched it first thing this morning with the kids before the camp, and then we were watching it when they got off. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm happy for him. And he keeps pushing to make sure that other people get money along the way. That's why I think it's dope too.
Yeah, but does this movie have I Believe I Can Fly attached to it?
Sung by who?
Kirk Franklin and Lil Baby.
Is that what their song for that?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna have the same impact.
I mean, you know, once you have to cuss out your son on social media, you might as well go ahead and do something with Lil Baby. Just go ahead and make it happen.
Your neck, nigga.
That's yo, that whole shit, like, I mean, basically, yeah, LeBron, like, I fool with it. LeBron seems like a pretty solid dude. And on another note, I did not see the movie yet, but I know it's dope, so I ain't even going to even sweat it.
The thing is,
I think
the soundtrack ain't gonna be as hot as the original soundtrack, but the movie I think is better because I think LeBron's a better actor than Jordan.
Yeah, he's been acting like he's getting tired. He's been practicing.
I think me and the kids are going to have a Space Jam night and watch them back to back.
I'm gonna watch this one. I'm gonna be honest. I never watched the first one straight through. I seen bits and pieces of it, but I wasn't interested in seeing like the sports version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So, it was kind of like. I mean, this one seems a little more interesting than the first one, but
it is.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. So, are you going to go back and watch the first one first, just to get an idea of
Nah.
No. Okay.
Nah.
I like the first one. I think you
gotta watch the first one. I don't think you can just jump into part 2. That's not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I got an idea of what it's about. I just never watched the full thing.
It ain't a sequel though. Like when you watch it, like here's the thing. They do mention the first one like 2 times, but it's not in any sense of like oh my God, this is a continuation. Like you don't have to watch the first one to watch this one. Like and they'll reference it exactly how you'll remember it. Like if PJ said he watched it in bits and pieces, that's how they reference it. Like they was in it in bits and pieces. So you ain't missing nothing with the.
That's it. I think for me, it's we know Bron like playing basketball. You might get a couple like little Instagram posts here and there, but like to see personality and see if he actually has the ability to be an actor. I think that's going to be what's interesting about it because he just reminded me of Tyler Perry with a basketball.
Nah, he was good in that movie. What's that movie?
Trainwreck.
Yeah, he was good in there too.
Yeah, I like that in that.
He was the boy. He was the white dude.
The hell is that?
Yeah, the one with Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
I ain't watched that shit.
Man, me and my wife liked that movie, so we watched it.
Oh, you messed it up, Eddie. You killed your credentials when you said,
"Damn."
Like me and my wife like that.
Watching a rom-com.
I mean, it is a sort of a chick flick. Like she falls in love with some guy and LeBron's like an extra basically in the movie. But it's a nice. I like Amy Schumer though, so I like the movie. Like I'm an Amy Schumer fan actually.
Monique gonna fuck you up.
Big black Eddie watching Amy Schumer movies with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your American
I like the movie that. I like the movie with her when what was it? They were in fucking South America or somewhere. They got lost, and I don't know the name of that damn movie, but like, never mind. Y'all probably never seen it, but I like a couple of movies. Yeah, I didn't describe it well enough.
I know what movie you're talking about. I seen.
Yeah, with her mom and her went. Right. Okay.
I wish I would watch that shit though.
I watched it. I don't care. Judge me.
Hold on, wait. Back to LeBron though. Y'all feeling any of the Space Jam sneakers that came out, and how do they compare to the Space Jam 11s?
I like so I'm not gonna front. I definitely like the Jordan Space Jams better, but there's a pair that's coming out July 22nd or 27th. I forget the date that are a version of LeBron's. I forget what they are. I can't even remember the fucking number because it said I don't know if it said LeBron 8 something Space Jam. I can't remember. I was looking on GOAT. But I think they cold, and I'm definitely going to cop them. But I think that the regular like patent leather dips is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think too many LeBron sneakers are better than Jordan's period. But the Space Jam Jordan, like the patent leather Jordan is just dope, period, pretty much.
Right.
Anyway, so it's hard to beat that sneaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At all. So nah, the sneakers is all right, but they ain't better than the J's.
Yeah.
I don't think Bron has a sneaker period that's better than any of the J's.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree, but I'll have to look at the list.
It don't matter.
I think we debated this before, but it's fine. I won't go back. Well,
there's been enough trash J's that came out that he got some that are better than some J's. Like
okay, all right. You saw anywhere like 15 through 34. Yeah, I'm sure he could beat one of them.
They don't count no more.
He got shoes better than the 14s.
Yo, Jordan ain't even wearing them.
Maybe. Yeah, I got a pair of 33s. Don't say nothing. No. Thought they was hot.
Oh yeah,
right.
Just a little funny side story, real quick before we move on.
Shit.
I was talking to my son the other day about because school year started, and I was like, all right, here's your budget for sneakers. You got to pick a shoe that's in between like $100 and $250. You know what he said to me? Man, so that means these one pair of Jordans I can't even get, and there's these LeBrons that I want that I can't even get. And all the time I'm thinking to myself, this ungrateful bastard. If my mom would have told me that I had $100 to $250 to spend on shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been excited. Like, my mom telling me, like, yeah, I don't know about no Jordans or nothing like that. You're going to have to do that on your own. You know what I mean? I actually have to work for my motherfucking J's.
That's because he's raised in the suburbs, cuz.
My sneakers I put on layaway like now. and then I got up for school. So by the time they came out, like they was old as shit.
I mean, but you tripping, like the cost of sneakers is way different than like when you say like back in our day it was like $50 to $100, and $100 was part of headache for our parents then. They was like, you buying $100 sneakers? Because that's what Jordan was then. So
I ain't had no $100
you know what I mean?
sneakers.
Like, huh?
I ain't had no $100 sneakers.
I'm just saying that was
until I bought my own. I ain't. My mom wasn't having that.
That response we got was for being 100. They was like, man, $80 to $100 for some sneakers. Can you go to church with them shoes? Can you go on an interview with them shoes? I'm like, yo, what? Why the hell am I'm in school? Why the hell would I be going to an interview with them damn sneakers on? Like, I would. Look, I'm like, but man. Then
you get in trouble for wearing them.
Yeah, because the shoes you talking about wearing now, like Air Force Ones are $100.
Right.
That's low. So that's you know what I mean? So I can see where he's coming from on that one.
Man, cuz $100 to $250, cuz you can get a dope pair of shoes for that price.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Air Force Ones are $100. Lows, they're $90.
Isn't there still Jordans going for like less than 200, maybe $185, $190, 200 even?
Yeah, you get them a $170.
Right, you're getting one pair.
If you catch them on retail,
yeah,
which you ain't gonna do.
And his sister works at a fucking sneaker store, so he can get the discount and shit. You know what I mean? He tripping. Fuck that.
So wait a minute, hold on.
He's ungrateful as fuck.
So he gets
he has
after
access.
Discount?
Huh?
So you got $250 after the discount?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
He can get a couple pair of shoes, $250 after the discount.
Get him 13 pair of Shacks.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, cuz I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna get him what he wants. It's just the principle. I want him to be.
Tell him to hit me up. I negotiate for him. we gonna end up getting 3 pairs of shoes.
Yo, hold on, cuz you gave him a budget. And now you're gonna break the budget and get him what he want anyway. What's the point of giving him a budget in the first place?
Only because
they in
I
the
do
suburbs.
realize.
That's what happens when you raise kids in the suburbs.
No, only because I do realize some dope shoes. Some dope shoes are going to cost me anywhere from $200 to $300. Like I know that because I buy them for myself. So and he's in men's size. He wears like 11 or something like that. So I know I'm gonna have to spend a penny for some name brand shoes or whatever.
The difference is you got a job. You can spend $300 on sneakers.
That's true. I mean,
and you can spend $300 on your son's sneakers because you got a job.
Yeah,
I ain't got no.
Are his feet still growing though?
Yep.
Yeah, he's still growing, man. He only 14. Going to the 9th grade.
He in a 14?
He's in 11. He's only 14, going to the 9th grade. He's definitely still gonna grow.
Yeah, well, when he hit 12, I might have something for him.
Yeah, I told him. I said, you better holler at somebody that's a sneakerhead that don't wear sneakers no more. I'll give him a couple dollars for their shoes.
You know who don't wear sneakers no more?
Who?
Bill Cosby. He wasn't allowed to have laces in his. He wasn't allowed to have laces for 3 years, but he's back home now. So Bill went home on a technicality. Shouldn't happen in the first place, but he's home. Do y'all care?
I care. I'm glad that he's home. I'm sorry, that guy don't need to be in jail, man. Like, y'all old. Like, regardless of what the story is, what was done and what wasn't done, man, let that man come home. How many more years of life does he really have? And I love the stroll that he left jail with. Like, that's my all-time favorite shit, yo. Like,
I'm not.
Too bad we don't got the visual.
I'm not saying like, do we care that he was let out of jail? Do we care that he's home? Not being free. Like, does anyone care that Bill Cosby's walking around?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I know somebody personally who works in a place where they record all that information because I can't give up no names. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Right. Hold up. So and this is a government agency. They were pissed about it. Like, but the girl was pissed because she thought his paperwork was gonna come and he was gonna have to report to her type shit. She was livid. Like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, we don't give a fuck that he's home, but there are people that are like extremely pissed because they want to be able to track him, have his phone number, that type of stuff, and be able to or even his jail information. Like there's people that are really irate for no reason. You know what I mean? Because like at this point, he wasn't harming nobody, and technically people kind of forgot about it until he was released again. You know what I mean? Like it was more uproar about the fact that people were saying like Bootsy was like free Bill Cosby, and they were like, oh well, no. But then when he got out, it was outrage, and all these old ass women that allegedly said whatever were coming out the woodworks again. Like, yo, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you sucked dick before for free, so don't sit there and act like you wasn't going over his crib to do some other shit. Yo, come on, man. So
we all adults here. We all adults here.
I only think he should be
go.
home just because the whole technicality. He shouldn't have been on trial because of what they promised him before. Other than that, he should have been in jail.
Agreed.
Period.
Agreed.
Like
I think they should have played by the book.
Yeah.
And they didn't. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah, they messed up. They messed up. But he deserved to be in jail. Period.
Did he?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys.
I'm gonna say no.
Of course.
I don't think it deserved to be in jail.
That's my thing.
Me neither.
Ever.
That's my
he
thing.
should have never went to jail for any of it ever.
No.
I mean, if he did some crazy shit back then, go ahead.
If it's something that happened and they were within their window of saying like we can get you, and they actually have proof to get him, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got proof to get him, and he did it, and you got that window, yes. If you making some shit up and then you're gonna go break some laws to put him in jail, nah.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Based on that, based on how it went down, he didn't deserve to go to jail.
But
based on the law,
let's be real. We know a whole lot of people that should have gone to jail.
Right.
And we ain't saying go lock nobody up. We want everybody to be free.
No, my shit is.
I know a whole bunch of people that should have gone to jail at some point in their life.
Here's the thing. My approach to Bill Cosby is similar to like how black people felt about OJ with the Nicole shit. I'm just gonna be honest with it. You know how like we pretty much felt like, oh, you might have did that shit, but we just want y'all to see y'all system type of shit. You know, like your system failed you. That's how kind of how I feel about Bill Cosby. You know, like because you're not gonna make him just a scapegoat, and then when he uses something to beat your system with your system, you want to complain about it. You know, so that's my whole premise on it. I don't like whatever he did before, and I'm sure with 60 allegations, there might be one or two. But we also know, yo, PJ, because I'm gonna tell you like this: if you talk to rich men, period, they've had these type of experiences. You know what I mean? And people that's not even
they don't make it right.
No, I'm not saying it makes it right, but you can't just select this one guy because like Hugh Hefner was getting praised for this type of shit.
Nah. So
I'm just saying.
But you're saying you can't select just one guy, but I'll say because it's a bunch of people doing it, let them all go.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is if you go do it as a collective. Like you know what I mean? Like don't just make him
same states for everybody.
Like you know what I mean? Bill Cosby, like some of the pictures they even used were some of the pictures with him at the Playboy Mansion. There were other people there doing the same type shit. You know what I mean? That was the thing, especially in the 70s and 80s. Motherfuckers, like to this day, if you have a female company, like you're married, so you know, like, you know, it's probably been a while since you just be like, yo, you know, let's like the incense and have a drink before we make sweet love. But you know what I mean? But like
that's not what Bill Cosby was doing.
No, he wasn't. But PJ, when sing with guys, one, like he's been married forever. So when a woman's going over his house and his wife's not there on some not swinger shit, what are they sincerely think at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night you going over his house to go holler at him about the Cosby Show?
Right.
Man, come on,
you know what
my
you're there
thing is,
for.
But my thing is, my issue is the chick that actually had the lawsuit go against him had a full out relationship with the dude. So it's
I hate that she like Bruce Jenner. Like that was my whole thing. Like that was my thing. Like if all the chicks to take him down for you, go take him down for that one.
I'm saying if you embarrassed about where your relationship went, you just say you embarrassed and go ahead and take the heat from the college. That's basically what she was trying to avoid.
But
in her avoiding that,
what Bub's saying is like you go over to the crib at 10 o'clock at night, his wife ain't there, you know what's popping, right? That's her fault for being there at that time.
No. But no, she knew.
Did I say hold up?
This was a multiple time situation though. Like she was going over there. They didn't have sex one time. This was multiple times over the years.
Well, I'm not just talking about her, not just her.
Right. So let me clarify something. You're a married man. right?
Right.
Imaginary wise, we're just gonna take this imaginary for a moment. We're
Right.
just gonna be if you invite a woman over to your house and she knows you're married, you say, "Hey, why don't you come over to my house at 11 o'clock?" What's the first thing she's probably gonna say? One, for what? Or two, where's your wife at? Am I right? Just be honest, PJ.
That's true.
Depends. She might just say, okay.
Or she might or she might just say okay, right.
And what is and if she says okay, what's the nature of the relationship that you gonna do? We ain't talking about sisters, nothing like that. We talk about some chick that you know is want something from you.
But you're also talking about people that wanted something, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah,
and they
but
got something different.
That doesn't mean
they didn't get what they wanted, but he got what he wanted.
No, that doesn't mean that they were willing to have sex with him to get what they wanted. That means they were willing to.
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't think you had to have an idea that you're going to Bill Cosby's house at 11 o'clock at night. You had to know, like, he's expecting something. Like, come on, you're not dumb. And it's not. I'm not going to blame the female for anything that he did that was foul, but you knew what he wanted. Like, come on.
Here's my thing. Here's the thing. In that time, he never drugged anyone. So, like how he explains it, not all we can go off is like Bill Cosby's explanation and their explanations. He gave them something, they took it, they drank wine, they had sex. So it's not like he slipped something and they drink while you was out in the bathroom or something. Like, I'm voluntarily giving you this that everybody was taking around those times anyway. So it's like taking the ecstasy pill now. Right. So it's like we're gonna pop these and then we're gonna chill.
We're gonna have a good.
We're gonna Netflix and chill. We're gonna pop an X pill.
Y'all acting like y'all was there. I don't believe.
Nah,
that
I'm just
like
saying.
I'm saying.
But that's based off of
I think PJ is upset because he wanted to be Theo Huxtable growing up, and so when America's Dad went down, you know what I mean, it disappointed him. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh no!" But no, seriously.
From both explanations, from the female and his explanation, that's how they said it happened. Like, he gave them a pill and they took it.
Yo, women drink wine regularly now. They go over for companionship. Yo, they be like, "Yo, don't come over my house empty-handed. Don't not come without food. Don't come without something to drink, something to smoke." What's that, PJ? What? I'm just asking, PJ.
You paying for the image?
No, but that's the atmosphere, right? That's the mood. That's setting the mood, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's what
he said.
Supposed to be.
So he was hit. Some people do lines. Some people do different shit. The Cos was hitting him with before he had pudding pops. He had the Quaaludes, and that's what he hit him with.
She said they wanted pudding pops.
Yeah, they wanted the pudding pops.
I ain't buying it, man. I don't think everybody was in consent.
I think if he raped somebody, he absolutely deserves to be in jail for rape. Right. Hands down. I think at this point, for everyone that comes out now, and it's like now you want to go and start bashing him 30 years later. It's like, this sounds so insensitive. You should have bashed him in the beginning. Like, at some point, it's like you have to say something to someone. But now it's like, oh, we're upset that he's not still in jail. Like, you should have put him in jail 30 years ago.
Yeah, how many times?
That's easy to say.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm saying that's easy to say for me as a guy that haven't been in that situation. But it's like, somewhere in 30 years, you got to say this shit ain't right.
How many times have y'all heard one of your aunts or your cousins or your grandmom or somebody say that Bill Cosby was handsome?
Never.
Exactly.
Yeah, but money makes
my point. He wasn't a
money makes you handsome, yo.
He had to give them Quaaludes.
Jay-Z said he never met an ugly billionaire. I mean, that's real shit, yo.
Nah, we're gonna take it there. Since you want to go there, right? Who's gonna really ask one of their aunts, their mothers, "Yo, have you ever fucked somebody ugly?" So let's keep it a buck. You don't know, because every woman, just like every dude, got somebody that they don't want nobody to know that they knocked off that ain't to their public liking. So stop it, PJ. All right. And look, and that's not with a $400 million price tag next to it. That was just on some extra night that I'm gonna go take it because I guess I just need to get this out real quick. So stop it, PJ.
Right. I think for me, it's hard to believe that 60 fucking people that you allegedly raped stayed quiet for 30 years. And nobody said anything.
A black man got away with that with all these white women for years during the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that it was a known fact. Now they done put black dudes in jail for less with lies, but he got away with raping this many white women in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's hard for me to believe. And then some of the women came back, like Janice Dickinson and them said they were lying because they was, as the topics go, be clout chasing.
They were straight up clout chasing.
So, and then like Beverly Johnson said she don't remember. So you know what I mean. So they try to clean it.
She
up
remembers everything, but don't remember nothing.
Right.
She remember all the details, but she don't remember nothing no more. That ain't age.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
I'm sorry, PJ, that you can't watch the Cosby Show the same. And Fat Albert don't have the same hey to you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Miss Trinidad was trying to get some pudding pops. Sexual assault is horrible. Any guy that involved in it is fucked
That's
up.
facts.
But as Bub said, if you're gonna give one person consequences, everybody should get the consequences, which leads us to. Right. But it should, which leads us to the Olympics.
Good.
So if one person does something that is considered wrong or immoral because she lives in a state that had weed legalized, yes, in the contract you say you can't smoke weed. Cool. Girl's mom dies, she smokes weed first time. Not an excuse, but she does it. They kick her out of the Olympics, basically. So they start her punishment for the Olympics. They couldn't push it back a month. There's a judge that is not sentencing somebody's mom who's in the Olympics. Like the lady's child is in the Olympics competing. The judge said, we're going to push your jail arrival date back to after the Olympics so you can go and watch your child. So the U.S. team couldn't say, we're going to suspend you. We'll let you compete because you earned it, but we're suspending you afterwards.
No, they couldn't do that because it's not their rules.
Right.
No, each country has their own obligation of what how they penalize.
No, each country has to follow the Olympic, whatever the international program group, whatever that group is called. Each country has to abide by their bylaws. So ain't no we're gonna suspend it. She wasn't suspended by the U.S. She was suspended by the International Anti-Doping Association. So it's not really.
But they said each country or each team can dictate what their suspension will look like. There's not like a basis. They said there's not a basis.
if you show me that link right now.
Here's the thing.
Once my computer turns on.
At what point, like we all go through tragic shit and we all cope with. But I also know, like, if your dream is on the cusp, like, and you know that you got that, like, at what point do you hold some kind of accountability? Like,
she was accountable.
Like, you know what I mean? She's accountable.
She was accountable as fuck.
Right. Once it came to the fucking head, like, you know what I mean? But my thing is that you gotta the responsibility is just not, because there's plenty of motherfuckers who also probably do the same thing, but just waited because they like, yo, I want to really get this dream out so I can wait. So like at what point, like, can we not go through that whole push with her?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Listen, right? So like you said, everybody deals with shit differently, right? And it's a mental thing. It is a mental thing. It's like, yo, maybe you really just in that spot, you know, like I'm not gonna hold you because, all right, you know, most gigs you have, you're gonna have to get some type of urine or something like that, right? For me, you know what I experienced today. Because I wouldn't give, if I had it on me, because I probably would have burnt the fat one. I'm not going to hold you. It's just something that takes you out of that current mental situation that you're in. And I'm not saying that some people don't abuse it. Like some people do, just like, yo, fuck it, I'm going to do it because it's there. But maybe you need to escape. Maybe that's her escape. So I'm not going to fault her for that because, like Cuz said, you know, that was her escape. And then she owned up to it. You know what I mean? So she did hold herself accountable. But I mean, it's just like somebody that depends on drugs or alcohol to get out of whatever it is that they're going through in life. So they become dependent on that shit. Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, here's my issue with it. It's you suspend her 30 days. Cool. She can come back after 30 days. Then the United States Olympic team says, well, we don't even want you on the relay team. Like, we're not letting you compete in anything. So we're going to further penalize you and just not let you have your opportunity. Right. But what's dude's name? Ryan Loach, that was down in Brazil, like making false police reports and shit, and came back and competed again afterwards. Cool, not a problem.
What Olympic rule did he break?
It's not even an Olympic rule. That's a fucking federal rule. Like he was supposed to spend what, like 8 or 9 years in jail in Brazil, and now everything is dropped completely. They dropped it. Whoever from the United States called down there, negotiated whatever they had to negotiate. There's no charge. His shit's dropped.
Okay.
You got a dude taking estrogen pills now competing as a woman in the Olympics, and that shit's fine. But you knocking her for smoking the joint.
I mean, the rules are rules, man. Right. At some point, sometime. Here's the thing, yo. We can't make.
He's still gonna be fast 4 years from now.
We can't make everything so racial all the time.
No, I don't even think it's racial.
But to push it, part of it, to push is because it's racial type shit too. They're like, yo, weed's legal, but it's, you know what I mean? Because that's what they doing with the, like when you say the testosterone dude and all that shit. But here's the thing, man. Like, I'm sure there's other athletes that smoke weed that was like, yo, I get this shit once every 4 years. Let me just hold off for this one more time type shit. Like, and motherfuckers go through tragic shit. Like all of us, right before we came on the air, we're discussing tragic things that have gone on. And
yeah, my computer is dead.
Yeah, that's your fault. You know, that's a different thing. That shit ain't no tragedy. That's that.
That's a tragedy.
But it's a matter of the discipline, the same discipline that she showed to be able to make sure that she got to where she's at. It just takes a little bit more of that same discipline.
But I don't agree with that though, because it's like not everybody is as disciplined. Like you might be able to be disciplined and say, "Yo, I do this every 4 years, and so I got to not smoke this J, no matter what it is that I experience in my life." She may not have that same thought,
cuz the discipline that she had to be that good to be able to be on that stage ain't shit that I have nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? So she's already there beyond where I'm at. You know what I mean? So just to be able to not deal with that, or have somebody just talk to her, like, you know what I mean, that she could just remember, like, yo, you on the cusp of it, because this is a true possibility. And then sometimes it's just the same thing like you teach your kids. Sometimes you got to just learn, and she's going to learn from this experience. So hopefully 4 years from now, she'll see what it's hitting for.
Yo, how much of this do y'all put on the people around her though? You know what I mean? Because you when you're on that, when you get to this level, you gotta have a team around you that's looking out for you. You know what I mean?
But that's if she even had a team.
I'm not, right.
She
it's on her, cuz it's on her. Like, I'm not gonna put it on her team. It's on her. Like, she did it. She made the decision to do that, and then she owned up to the shit. But like, again, I still gotta disagree with you, Bub, because like, I just feel like, yo, maybe she really felt, and I don't know her person, so I don't know. She could have just been like, fuck it, I'm having fun, and I'm out having a couple of drinks, and I'm gonna smoke a J, and she just fucked up. Who knows? But the thing is, just trying to give it another, what am I trying to look at it a little bit differently? Like, she probably was dealing with that shit so hard, like, yo, I just need to get out of this reality real quick. Like, there's been so many times where I in my younger years, I'll be like, yo, I can't fucking wait to roll up real quick. Like, man, what a fucking day. So I could just relax and just, chill and just wind down or whatever the situation may be. And you can call it dependency, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but I felt like I needed that in that moment. You know what I mean?
Actually,
I knew that my job will probably piss test me one day. You do that knowing that. Something could happen. They'd be like, all right, go get this Jorn. But you do it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't her test from before she even made it to the Olympics though, right?
Well, I don't even remember, to be honest with you, guys. Yeah, I'm
pretty sure the test that they test ran was before she made it.
The test they took was when she was at the trials, when she broke that record. So
it's old then. So then that makes it even worse.
That makes it good. But the bad thing is, you knew that you drug test her before you let her race. So you knew she wasn't going to be able to go race. Urine tests don't take that long.
So
you knew before then, you still let her go run.
It's really about her accountability, because
it's definitely accountability. What I'm saying,
first of all, this Olympics got postponed, so we're dealing with an Olympics that's postponed, right? And she still had the opportunity and squandered that shit, man. At some point,
it's all on her.
It's absolutely her fault.
Accountable.
How old is she? How old is she? I don't remember.
She's like 21, I think.
And she's young as fuck. So it's like, us being late 30s. Well, most of y'all is 40 now, and I might be the only 30-year-old. But that's here nor there.
I ain't there yet.
But now, like, now, you know now, like, yo, if I had that opportunity, I ain't doing that shit. I'm giving everything up that I need to give up. You got to also take the mentality into she's a young John that, you know what I mean? Yeah, she's dope at what she does, but it's like she's dealing with some type of emotional situation. She's young, like regardless of what her reason was, she did it, and it's like, and she still owned up to the shit. She held herself accountable for it.
She owned
she
up because
what
she had
did.
to.
But
Because it was
there's
once it was
consequences.
made public knowledge that she had it, she could have either accepted it or not accepted it.
But also because it's still just weed, though. It's not like a performance enhancing drug or anything like that. It's just fucking weed. Like they need to change the rules on that shit, cuz if you smoke weed, if she could smoke weed and run a hell of a race,
they can change the rules, cuz I mean they eventually might change the rules. Listen, that's all well and fine. The rule is the rule at the time. Yeah, you gotta abide by the rule at the time. Like, and that's the fucking thing. She's not the only one who went through hardship. Like you listen to Simone Biles and all their hardships and shit. Like people had hard shit too, cuz, and they still, you know, what I mean, thugged out through it. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad because she's
everybody's different though.
But here's again, my thing is, if y'all knew before the trials that she wasn't gonna be able to compete, you shouldn't have let her compete. So it's like, if you're not going to,
it don't always work. I don't think it works like that most of the time.
Nah, it's in the moment.
Nah, because like it's no different. Like UFC in the UFC, somebody they take their they do their test before the fight, and then they fight, and then they find out, oh, you were on something, and then they take win away from
because John Bones Jones got canceled out a couple times right before his fight because of failed drug tests or whatever.
But there's times when they do it after.
But they're not doing it after. They doing it. They pulled her test before the trials happened. So before she started racing in the trials, they already had her test.
Who said
you already had it? It's weed. That shit pops up in 3.5 minutes.
Y'all just be making shit up.
Yeah.
But hold on. Check this out though. But can we go?
What day was she tested, Sean? Since you know what day was it?
I don't know none of that. But let's get to the whole crux of everything. Should anybody be at the Olympics at this point with?
Oh, you made him leave.
You heard he went to go fact check. I'm going to go fact check
now.
I'm going to say he's fact checking.
But should we really be like? Should we even really be at the Olympics at this point? Like they're saying that like COVID's at an all-time high. They can't have fans there. Half the NBA, half the USA basketball team is already checked out. So we just
look. Here's the thing
that JaVale McGee is on the Olympic basketball team.
Here's the whole thing, and this is going to circle back to Cosby. The only reason the Olympics is happening is because NBC is powerful enough to be like, fuck that, we paid the money and we gonna air this shit. But yet, dumbass motherfuckers still think Bill Cosby was about to buy NB motherfucking C. Like, that's why the whole shit is just ridiculous. But that's the only reason the Olympics is happening, because motherfuckers paid a lot of money to air that shit, and they gonna force them to do that shit so they can.
Are you telling me that?
Bill Cosby I'm talking about
powerful enough to get Sha'Carri Richards back on the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, I'm just talking about why are we even going at this point? Like, you know what I mean? Especially with
motherfuckers gotta chase their dream, yo, and they get that opportunity once every 4 years. And then
in 4 years you might be too old.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fault them for that.
Man, look, it's spiking COVID. There's not gonna be any people there, and they said it's spiking at an all-time high. Like, and it's the new variant at that. So, would you risk it just for your dream?
If everybody is tested and then they all stay in the Olympic Village and there's no spectators.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your dream,
so
your dream is to do that.
Yeah.
Like, then you ain't gonna not do that because you might get sick. You might get hit by a car crossing the street. Like, that's your dream. You only get this opportunity every 4 years, and the shit was supposed to happen last year.
I think what Cuz is asking, why are the organizers of the whole thing, why they're having not necessarily the people.
I told you why.
Oh no, I'm saying why I wouldn't even risk it. Like, you know, like especially like for the NBA players, I wouldn't even risk it at all. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
I mean,
forget what PJ said with like JaVale McGee, because like you said, I got bread, and they complained about their regular NBA season. So you know what I mean? Like they complained that they had to do the bubble and then do this. So then you go try to go out there and go to the Olympics and possibly get sick as hell on top of being exhausted.
Then a bunch of them drop out last time for was it like mosquitoes or something?
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but it don't matter. They ain't gonna win no fucking gold. They suck.
Yo, I wouldn't even want to race knowing I'm the second best person.
So basically, when they have the world trials, you wouldn't want to race because you didn't have the fastest speed that year, you'd be like, "Fuck it,
Yo,
I'm not going to the Olympics because I
There was
already
no
know
guarantee she was
lose."
going to win anyway. The Jamaican chick is the fastest woman in the world
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, exactly. So it's like,
Yeah,
you
but
know
she
what I mean?
walked.
Wait, what the hell happened?
Y'all hurt his feelings twice.
He was
I thought
fact
those-
checking and he was still wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
yo,
So wait, ain't he the host? How can he leave and we still on? Oh, there
Yeah,
you
we're
go.
live. We're live.
Oh, true.
Like, yo, we live, bro. Like,
Yeah, my bad.
Came back all strong. Yo, motherfucker.
right. Shirt on, extra medium.
My
Showing-
opinions might be weak, but look at these arms.
right. Look at these chest blades.
Oh, y'all stupid.
y'all level of hate is ridiculous.
yo, we over this Olympics. Can we flip to the next?
Right.
Topic? Like,
And look
over
at
this
my
shit.
hat, cuz. Fuck y'all. Fact check that.
I'm gonna post it on the next post. But it just says
Good luck with that.
it says June 19th, but that was her that was the date, but they had to test before the date.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew beforehand. I'll find the actual
She
date.
found out about the shit a couple hours before the race. They got tested after the race. She was found with the shit in her system. The shit lasts 30 fucking days.
They got tested before the race.
Dude.
It
she
wasn't
found out
tested
right
afterwards.
before the race.
Can
She
we
found
run to
out
the next
afterwards.
topic?
She found afterwards that she was getting suspended. It's all right. I figured it out. I get it.
You
I'ma
gonna
post
make
it.
it up. You
I ain't
gonna
gonna make
you
it
gonna
up.
post it. You gonna post something from the notes app.
Nah. I'm calling her doctor.
All right,
So-
where we at?
We clout chasing.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone knows the overall understanding of what clout chasing is. Basically, you're doing something, trying to get attention, trying to get notoriety. There's people who have fake lives on social media. People that name drop all the time to make it seem like they're more important than what they are. But is clout chasing actually ruining relationships and friendships? What do y'all think?
How so?
Wait,
How does
ask that
how
question one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
does
how
clout
could it-
chasing ruin friendships and relationships? It can ruin. Okay, so say like relationships. Say
Mhm.
say you're somebody with a high social media following, right?
Mhm.
And your significant other or your friends get mad because you don't utilize your platform to promote them. So it's like they just trying to get on, but you're not going to give them that
Mhm.
space of yours to put them on. That fucks up people's
So-
relationships.
So your
Well,
friends are clout chasing too then.
Right.
Yeah, your
right,
friends are clout
because
chasing.
It's
I
like,
mean, are they?
it's like if,
Wait a minute, hold on. Like,
listen, if you're gonna get mad at me because I didn't advertise you on my social media account, like what are you mad for? Like, what are you really mad about? You have your own social media account. Post you all over your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is clout chasing. Like, what are you mad for?
I don't think, like, I'm just trying to, I can't wrap my head around how this has anything to do with clout chasing. Like,
Let me
if
ask you.
as somebody who has a following, like, yo, can you say something? Can you post or share something about the podcast? Asking that question is not clout chasing. Like,
So you saying are we clout chasing if we tell people to share our podcast?
I just said it's
That's
not.
that's no. That wouldn't be clout chasing. I'm saying somebody.
So no, that's exactly
Say-
what you
all right,
said.
No,
First of all,
say you're married, right?
Hold up.
You're
Can we
married.
start with just identifying what clout chasing is? Because we can't
just did
assume.
that.
Nah,
But
because
I don't
like
think you did.
because with clout chasing, it all starts from identifying like the level of attention that people want and for what they want it for. You know, so like
you're-
for instance, like your Jake Pauls, your Logan Pauls, like they want notoriety, but then it goes left because it becomes more about they want the respect for being fighters, but they also like everything else that comes with it. You know what I mean? So then like at some point
Mm-mm.
it becomes bigger than
They don't want respect to be for fighters. They want to entertain. Like that's their whole
And
thing.
make money.
That's why they made that stupid ass rap song a couple years ago. They're just trying to find a lane. Like
No, but I do think that Jake Paul actually wants to be a fighter, though, yo. Like based off of like
he said, "I don't want to be the best fighter in the world. I want to be the best entertainer."
Yeah, but that don't mean that you don't want to be a good fighter.
I want to fight.
You don't have to be the best, but you still don't. You still want to be good in some sense.
Exactly.
Because in order to maintain the clout, you still have to be good at it. Like nobody really want to be. You know what I mean? Because you can't maintain. I mean, unless you're terrible at it. Like in a different sense, because it'll burn. It'll crash and burn with the attention. Everybody wants attention.
Said that he. Go ahead. My fault.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say real quick. The Bull said that he wants to fight. Has some key fights within the next 3 years and eventually fight somebody like Canelo Alvarez. Like if you looking to fight somebody of that magnitude, like yo, you want to be a fighter. Like you really like. I get that you want to entertain. Fighters. Floyd likes to entertain. Floyd Mayweather, who is a fighter, likes to entertain. Does he not?
But hold up. The whole premise of entertaining still comes from the fact that people like to have attention. You know what I mean? And everybody's attention level, what you want and what you want to give out is different. So clout chasing is based on the level of entertainment and what you're willing to want to have and what you're willing to do to get that level of entertainment.
I don't think that's clout chasing. I think clout chasing is when you herb yourself for attention. Right.
But that's the same thing. You can be in a relationship and hurt yourself for attention. That's not true. Huh? It's not.
So
no. What you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said you could be in a relationship and hurt yourself for attention.
How?
Because it's like you're trying to look a certain way by utilizing the person you're in a relationship with platform.
So like status?
Yeah. It's like you're trying to take on this persona.
I'm gonna disagree with that because now that I sit and I think about it, the whole clout chasing thing, I don't think it's clout. Okay, so if your significant other says to you, and I gave you a story behind the scenes the other day, like if your significant other says to you, matter of fact, here's a good example. I heard on a radio station that a guy took his wife to dinner, bought her jewelry, flowers, the whole nine for Mother's Day, and because he didn't post nothing about her on fucking Mother's Day, like on social media, like he had to basically go sleep on the couch. That's bullshit, and I don't think that's clout chasing. But I think that's bullshit.
Not clout chasing.
That's
how's
like,
it not clout chasing? No, because that's not.
I don't think that's clout. She's not chasing clout. She wants attention.
That's not attention. You're doing that for everyone else to see. That's no longer in your relationship. So if he did all this for you and you want the world to see it, that's chasing clout. That's not saying that you respect your relationship and you're just glad that he did it for you. But you're trying to get attention from everyone else from what you did.
There's no real notoriety there to gain in that situation. But listen,
right?
I didn't want to bring this up.
It could be notoriety from the 13 of your friends you
hold up. PJ said you didn't want to bring this up. So
yeah, I didn't. Let me bring it up.
You got to be quiet.
That's just the way I set it up. That's just the way I set it up.
Set that shit up, PJ. There's the first of all. That shit.
Let me shout out my son because he's the one who kept saying this over and over. He said somebody's going to mention it, and I have to because I feel like we're not getting anywhere. 6ix9ine is a clout chaser.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
That's a perfect example of clout chasing.
But that's not the only example of clout chasing.
No, but I feel like we haven't had an example of clout chasing yet, and I'm just trying to find it at this point. Clout chasing is what he does. He trolls people constantly for attention to keep his name out there. You know what I mean? His music may not be popping the way it is, but he keeps his name in the media because of what he does.
But you're seeking attention.
He wants attention, cuz.
Right.
That's why everybody, the whole chick with her dude, she wants attention.
The whole thing with 6ix9ine,
there's levels.
At the root of 6ix9ine is the attention, and he's willing to do the most insincere anything. So that's what I'm saying. It's always about attention. So it has like that's what the whole thing is about, like, and what you're willing to do to get that attention. Like part of it is what Steve said when you herb yourself and kind of clown yourself, but then it's also mainly just about the attention and level that you want people to know, like to understand who you are and see what you are. Like that's what it's about.
So
it's about attention.
let's go to
nothing more, nothing less.
Let's go to the slangit.com definition. Clout chasing is when someone does or says things for the sole purpose of becoming more popular. It's often used to describe people on social media sites that are shallow and
That's
desperate to
real.
gain followers and become famous.
Right.
So
There's
that's
levels.
just like the example that I gave y'all today. Like when my cousin passed today, and there was people online like posting her name and shit online. They were clout chasing.
Clout
Y'all didn't
chasing.
have the
There's
relationship.
levels.
Y'all didn't have the relationship with her. Like her actual family had most of them anyway. So yeah, they were clout chasing. So yeah, I'm with Shot on this one. I'm a little back and forth, but
Nah,
I'm
don't come
with
on my
Shot
side now,
man.
bitch. Stay on your
I'm
side.
coming
Stay where
back,
you
Shot.
at.
I'm coming back, Shot.
Nah, stay on the other side
Yeah,
of the
but
street.
I think there's
Don't
a
come on my
difference
porch.
between seeking attention and seeking
Right.
clout, because clout is
Isn't
hold
it
on,
the
listen.
same
No,
thing,
it's
though?
not.
Clout
No,
is-
it's not. It's not. No, it's
Nah,
not.
it's
Clout
not.
is influence and power.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is no, what you're talking about is just seeking attention. There's two different things.
But that's
No,
not. That's why I
there's
use. That's why I use
levels.
Jake Paul and Logan Paul, because now they go have.
But that's-
people they have people that's out here thinking that they can do what they doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's
Disney,
okay.
These
So
Disney stars are out here. These kids are on Disney shows and thinking they can just go into different. They're disgracing boxing. Like, they're fighting boxers. First they beating up regular people. Now they're fighting Floyd. They're fighting my man Tyron, whatever his name is from UFC. So
Woodley,
now they
yeah.
crossing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different level of.
Yeah, but at the same time, I could say that Tyron Woodley was clout chasing
He is.
because
Probably
because,
is.
you know,
Yeah, I
because no,
agree.
he saw what could happen. You know what I mean? So he's like,
Right.
all right, let me poke at them. Let me get some of that
And
power,
it's-
some of
and
that, some of that.
And it's money. It's a
1,000%
money bag. It's a
PJ,
bag
because-
involved.
Yeah.
Because he, like with Floyd, he's done it before. Like, you know what I mean? Like Floyd did it before, you know, with Connor, who was the best at UFC at the time. So he was like, I'm just gonna bridge the gap. I'm the best, you the best. We can do this exhibition. And then he's like, so it doesn't even look as bad when Floyd did it, because one, that's Floyd's MO. And then two, all right, fine. But like you said, Tyron, his shit ain't even popping really. So to get him some of the attention that he needs, he's chasing the Paul dudes.
But do
you know what I
y'all
mean?
but do y'all hear what y'all saying though? Cause they're seeking attention. They're clout chasing. It's the same thing.
it's
You
the
literally
same
just
thing.
said. Yeah,
You're just
you
putting-
literally just said the bull.
You're putting a status
he ain't
level on it. There's
popping
no
like
status
that.
level.
Right.
Yeah, but somebody
You can be clout
somebody-
chasing. You can be clout chasing buying a car that you can't afford to be popular in front of everyone else. It can be for 10, 15 people. It can be for your neighborhood. That still makes you a clout chaser. There's different levels, and there's not a status line on it.
to a certain extent, but somebody
There's no certain
somebody
extent.
posting something
Levels.
on social media, and I'm talking about just a regular person with 500 followers.
They
on
can
social
still clout
media.
chase though, cuz.
I don't who though. You're posting it for
For
your
your
own
500 followers.
right? But you already
Because
have
you don't-
them.
But
You're
you,
not
but
getting
they
Trying to
don't.
get
no.
attention. Go ahead.
It's,
My fault.
it's
Go ahead.
attention. That's all it is. It's what you do that is not authentic, trying to get attention from other people.
But isn't
You're
clout
clout
mainly
chasing.
ain't it about status, like presenting
No,
a different
it's
type
not.
of
That's the
status
thing.
than what
It's
it
not.
is too?
It's not
No,
just.
you can
It's
even
not just.
say it's
It's
about-
not levels of
No,
status.
you can say it's about status though, but
It
it's
is
still
about
you can
status.
still twine that into. I mean, I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. You can still put that in with like So if I got 500 followers, right, and I buy this fucking dope ass Benz, right, and I post it all over social media. I am clout chasing, and I am trying to make myself seem like I have a certain status, like I'm upper echelon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
yeah,
that's
I'm
the wrong
balling.
term
Like
for that.
I'm clout.
That's not.
Is that fronting or is that showing
No.
off?
No,
It's all of that though.
you
It's fronting,
bought a
it's
car,
showing
you
off,
happy
it's
about your
clout
car,
chasing.
post
Nah,
pictures of that
it's,
shit.
Right.
but it's not.
No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it,
Nah,
cuz I'm not
nah.
saying it's a problem. I'm just saying it is
Then
what
it's
it
not
is.
clout chasing if it's not something wrong with it.
It's
I
the
think it
intent
is.
behind what you're doing.
Cuz, so all right, so basic guys like us, right? Let's just say we all
I ain't
just get
basic.
I ain't
fresh.
basic.
All time.
Don't do that to me.
Normal guys, normal,
not
everyday, average Joe. We're average Joes, cuz we're not famous. Like we're
Speak-
average Joes.
I don't need
You know what
fame.
I'm saying?
I'm
Listen to
comfortable.
what I'm saying though. But we got a trip coming up. We get fresh. You know, we in certain places taking pictures and all of that shit. Are we not clout chasing, cuz? Trying to, you know
No,
what I mean? Like,
we're enjoying the moment. And then you
it's
dress.
the same thing. I don't think that is bad. I don't think that is bad.
Check
not
this
clout
out.
chasing.
Going on a vacation. First of all, when you go on a vacation, people always dress for the occasion at a
Right.
vacation. So if you go to the beach, if
buying new
niggas
clothes
had
for
on some
people who've never
fly,
seen you in your old
some
clothes.
fly niggas, are we supposed to dress like we dress at the crib? Like, nah, like you do that shit, man. Like that's crazy. Like,
I don't know, because I think it all lumps in my personal opinion. I think it all lumps in the same thing, under the same like umbrella. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to. I don't know if I want to say show off, but you could say showing off is still clout chasing, seeking attention. Like all of that shit, I think is all the same goddamn thing, man. Like I just do. I think it is.
So say you're this average Joe person that has 500 followers on Instagram, right? You got a friend that has 22,000 followers on Instagram. You go to that friend and say, "Yo, post a picture with the two of us on your Instagram," and it's like, for what? So that I can get some of your followers. That's clout chasing.
Yeah, okay.
That person had to be famous. You don't have to be going for fame. It's just I need to get more people following me, and they'll follow me if they think that I'm attached to you.
Right.
It's clout chasing.
Yeah. No, that's clout chasing. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you can be in a relationship with someone and you have 500 followers, and you're like, I want you to post me on your social media so that these people can come follow me. Because it's not I want you to post me on social media because I want just to see myself on your social media.
Do me a favor. Can one of y'all please read me the definition of clout chasing again? Like the exact, like what Urban Dictionary, wherever you find that shit at. Can you just read me the exact definition of what it says?
Clout chasing is when someone does or says things for the sole purpose of becoming more popular.
Now, what you're saying, Shad, the only way that's clout chasing in a relationship is if you're with that person specifically to get more followers. But if you're already in a relationship and this person has more followers or whatever, and you like, yo, post me so I can get like you, I don't think that's clout chasing.
Okay, so now with that definition though, real quick, I just want to put myself out there. Well, me using an example of us going out of town, getting fresh and all that. If that's the definition, I don't think that's clout chasing. We're not seeking attention. We're just having a good ass time and putting it out there for everybody to see. But see, that's when I say that. When I say that, it seems like it is what it is, man.
But you saying we're having a good time and I posted a picture, is that saying I want to become more popular by posting this picture?
Okay, so here's the difference, right? Just
let me clarify real quick. So Jamar said, so are you saying anything posted on social media is clout chasing? No.
Not anything. No, it's not anything.
It's being unauthentic to yourself in the expectation of getting more people to follow you. So you're no longer being true to you to try to get other people to become your follower.
So like these people that
more famous
that they define as influencers because they have a product or they do something specifically, you know, like your Kardashians, your Jenners, you know, like those people. Are they clout chasing because they're influencers, or people following them because of, you know, like who defines if you're clout chasing or if you're
hanging with them because of who they are, then you're the one clout
you're
chasing.
A clout chaser.
Okay.
But them doing what they're doing, influencers, it's the business. That's a job for them. So it's like,
how do you define an influencer? And plus, how do
somebody who gets paid to do that shit?
So is it people that are clout chasing that get paid to do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Because
it's like if we said if we went
right.
to Kim Kardashian and was like, yo, post a picture of us with this podcast so that we can get your followers. We're clout chasing on Kim.
Right. Are we clout chasing?
Hold on. No. Are we? Because if we pay.
No, we're advertising. There's a difference.
Yeah. You're not paying her. Nah.
Okay.
So we want to be your friend.
Trying to get
we want to be your friend so that we can get your followers.
Hold on. Are we faking it?
No, I don't want to be your friend. I just want you to post about my podcast on your page.
You don't want to be Kim Kardashian's friend.
No, that's what I said. I'm not trying to be your friend. I want your followers.
If Kim Kardashian worked at Target, she wouldn't have no friends.
That ain't true. But my thing is that
why would you want to be Kim Kardashian's friend if she worked at Target?
Nobody at Target has friends.
Like
people at Target
that's
got
what
friends.
he's saying.
I'm saying Kim Kardashian wouldn't be who she is. She worked at Target.
Yo, Shad ain't gonna be allowed in a Target for my
spot. My thing is that at what because also the question also asks with clout chasing, how does it affect relationships? So it just makes you question sincerity with people. You know, if you see that, like that's in your intimate personal relationship with a spouse or just like your friends, because we've lost people that we deemed friends. We've all have that, and I'm not sure if it's because of clout chasing. It has to be, I guess, in a sense, because they were insincere.
Before clout chasing was
you know what I mean? Like
you're
like
using somebody.
Like we posted that picture with us and Eddie and the Trader. You know what I mean? Eddie had us with that we didn't know, who had half the bird locked up. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. So was that a clout chasing picture, Eddie, or because you was hanging with the bull, or you know what I'm saying, or was that because
clout chasing in that picture?
Listen, he would be the one that would be clout because I'm not clout. He was just my folks before I knew life about it. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have any influence or power over anything.
Rashad's not in that picture.
Hey, your mind didn't, but I did.
No.
Okay,
Wait.
New York and shit.
So I think you have to put influence is what's the word I need?
Subjective.
It's subjective. There you go. Thank you, Steve. Influence is subjective. So it's like you can say you're not popular in high school, so you're gonna go hang out with someone else in high school that's popular so that you can become more popular. So that's just that level of influence, that level of quote unquote power in that moment mattered in that moment. So it's like if you align yourself with people because you're trying to gain more influence by aligning yourself, you're clout chasing.
That's what that person was in that picture, PJ. Because to answer your question,
and
it
again,
wasn't a matter
wasn't in that
about
picture.
Us being some great influence on people type shit. But this motherfucker was moving in different circles, doing different things, also to be seen in something. Just like that.
Right.
Just for instance, the famous picture that nobody knows that exists, where the boy was like, "Yo, I don't even care. I don't know who you." He was like, "Yo, who is this?" It was 7 people with this one random dude who said, "What? Yo, come on, just get in this picture and take it." Yo, we don't know you, but it was for what? For the influence, because he knew the person that was there with us. The only person he knew was my cousin, and that's why he wanted to be in the picture with us.
So basically, it's like, yo, it's a
you remember,
group
PJ?
of cool ass dudes. And
and he wanted to, because he wanted to be in the picture with my cousin.
Right.
So clout don't necessarily mean about some great influence. Sometimes people just want to move in circles and be around circles. So when that picture that we can't find ends up somewhere else,
they just want to look cool.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. There's no status level when it comes to like your level of popularity. It can be local popularity. It can be the coolest kid on the school bus. Like it's levels. So you can clout chase on the low level, or you can clout chase on the high level.
For the record, the ball was holding on to you, PJ. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
is a clout chaser.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Like,
I don't remember that. You got a picture?
Eddie.
What up?
When my cousin came in town and we was down there taking that picture, and it was like 8 of us, and nobody knew who the boy. Everybody knew who everybody else was. Then he hold PJ up around his like arm and neck and shoulder, was like, "Yo, come on, let's take this picture." PJ, that's not you.
Nah. Unless you got the picture, I don't believe it.
I got the picture though.
All right.
I need to see the picture, cuz. You gotta send that to the thread. I need to see the picture, cuz.
But clout chasing can be on any level. So that when the boy was doing that, he was moving in different circles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was doing. So that's why when he got into the trouble that he did, it even looked even crazier. Because people would connect you to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eddie got in a confrontation over that shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I regret that shit, man,
like,
because I had motherfuckers talking about prices on niggas' heads and shit like that. And me being a loyal person that I am, I'm riding for a nigga that I never even knew that like that's how he got down, man. He just always seemed like that's my problem, cuz I've been cool with some guys sometimes that just be lame as shit. And it's like I'm just a people person, yo. Like I'm a people person. I really am. I'm a people person. Like I get along with anybody. I can get along with anybody in any circle, man. And it's just like the most recent bull, and you know more about this one, Bob. The bull turned out to be a sucker. Like I don't know, man. Like, but anyway, that's going way to the left. I'm just venting. But anyway, I'm just venting.
You need to learn how to pick better friends.
you have
Eddie always likes to have that extra dude randomly out of there. Like he lets him be too cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you'll meet somebody and sometimes you be like, all right, he's cool. I still keep him over here. Eddie just brings him full tuck and then finds out afterward that he's some weirdo, you know, and he learns the hard way. Because everybody tells him, like, yo, that's a weirdo. And he be like, nah.
That's
You know
my
what I mean?
friend.
That's my friend.
So for the record to defend myself, that only happened in 2 key moments, maybe 3, in my entire life, where
That's a lot.
I pulled somebody under the wing, and it was like, no, it's 2 that I can think of over my head. I'm gonna say 3 just because I might be forgetting something.
We in a
2 that I
picture
can
with
think of in
one.
my head.
We in a picture with one.
Y'all
Right,
in the
that's
picture
one.
with one. Y'all. I ain't in that
We're in the
picture.
picture with one, and then, like I said, Bub, I don't know if the other ones know the other bull, but Steve might. But
Steve,
you know
Steve
him.
knows. Steve knows the
Yeah.
bull.
And then I think that's it. But yeah, you're right. I take full accountability of that shit. Like I fucked up. Like I read it wrong. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know the
Again,
bull.
I'm just the type of guy that likes to say it again.
I don't know the bull. That's your bull.
My folks, you don't know what I'm talking about?
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I know exactly what you're talking about, but
I was about to say my folks is people's baby dads. I'm
you
trying
ain't
not to
gotta-
put names out
you
there.
ain't. I know who you're
Sorry
talking
to this
about.
man.
I'm just
Okay.
saying I can't describe that dude. I don't
Sorry.
pay that
Sorry
dude
to
no
this
attention.
man. I don't
But-
know him.
Happened to be there.
We live in an
Yeah.
instant gratification society, and it's killing the sincerity in a lot of things. That's why you
Yeah.
see a lot of these memes and shit rehashed, and everybody talk about the old days. But we had backstabbers and stuff in the old days too. It's just that
Yeah.
you can get this clout chasing, like you said, instantly. Like if PJ, like for the record, for anybody don't know, like PJ does all our music, all that stuff like that. If this dude wanted to go out there and just promote himself, and then people start attaching themselves to it and stealing his shit and jump on his back, that's kind of corny. Like, so
Yeah.
it's a possibility but you can put your music out there better than what it was back, say, 10 years ago, even. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so everybody seeks something now because you can get a response quick.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Everyone, so you always see posts about people saying, yeah, like I saw a post today that actually said, yeah, these people in here fronting like I don't know them in real life. Like you live right across from me, but you own businesses, but we both live in the hood or shit like that. Like that's predominantly what a lot of people actually do on social media. They portray to be something that they're not. They want to present themselves in a way that they really want to be, but maybe they're not really that in real life. And honestly, you fault somebody for wanting to be something that they're like, you know what I mean? Who wants to be this? I'm not gonna fault you if you cuz if
You
you're
wanna be
broke,
fake?
right?
No, stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop.
Cuz I can't fault somebody for wanting to be something that they're not. Like,
but it's not.
What?
It's not
my
Hold up,
style.
hold up,
That-
hold
you
up.
This is
gotta
why you
live
fucked
that
up
life.
friends now.
Cuz
This is why you
gotta
fucked
live
up
that life. I don't have to live that life.
The people you trying to hang around, the people that trying to hang around you, they not really living their real life. So it's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong. Hold on, cuz there's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to have more. But when you start faking your life to make it seem like you're somewhere that you're not, that's a problem. So in that situation,
Racks.
yo, you're no longer
fraud, but
you're no longer being yourself. So there's a difference in wanting more and faking something. People say fake it till you make it. I mean, there's whatever.
Exactly. The whole saying for that shit.
But in the same
breath,
breath,
how does it affect you though? Cause if someone's being fake, how does it affect you? Like, how does it affect me if somebody's being a fraud? Because you know me, I'm gonna be unapologetically Eddie. Like, I'm going to be genuine. I'm going to be me. You know who I am. Anybody that knows me knows my get down. Just because I'm around somebody that wants to portray like they're this whoever they are, that doesn't affect me.
No, because
that's how them influencers
that's
are.
why you,
like,
no, but that's how you end up in these fucking situations with these bad friends. It affects you. You just don't realize it's affecting you. So when you're around people who aren't authentically who they are, you don't really know them. So it's like if you're faking it on a certain level, what all are you faking about? Like, how authentic is your relationship with that person if they're faking everything else about their life?
But see,
are you
that's
a part
also
of
a thing where it's like who your actual. So for example, I'm on a podcast with my actual friends, right? A lot of these people that y'all talk to, I never really looked at them as like really close friends. I looked at them as like, okay, they're associates. Like there's a difference there. But the whole thing is there's something about them.
We're not gonna let you do that.
Because there's something.
Because we're not gonna let you do that.
Yo, this is my bull.
You just stated. Now here's the thing. You can't recant what you just stated. You just stated. We know.
Tell me what I just said.
You said. You know what I mean? You've had these friends, like 2 or 3 that.
I don't think I said friends, cuz. I said 2 bulls that I used to be cool with or something like that. I don't know if I said friends. I'll have to rewatch it or something.
Nah, you hooked them to your bosom. They're your friends.
You said, yo, the thing is,
you
cuz, is that sincerity.
Okay, so the first bull, hold on, the first bull that was in the picture, I'll take that one. I'll take
I
that
wasn't in
one
that picture.
because like we did music and everything together. Like I'll take that one. That was the homie. I'm not gonna hold you. The second bull before you, Bub, even said to me, you know you didn't really dig his get down type shit. I knew his get down because this girl used to always tell me his get down. But it was beneficial for me to still be cool with the nigga at the time based on the businesses that like we're both.
So you
I'm
was
putting
clout
too much
chasing.
business out there.
Oh, was you
I
clout
benefited.
chasing?
I was using. I was being a user. That's what the fuck I was doing.
You was clout chasing.
That is not clout chasing, cuz. I
Yeah,
used this nigga for
like
his information, like the shit that he knew that I knew that I could come up off of. Like that's not clout chasing. Is it clout chasing?
That's pretty much by
Damn,
definition.
maybe it is
That's
clout chasing.
clout chasing. Yeah. You
Yeah,
was clout
you was
chasing.
clout
Man,
chasing.
clout
Yo,
chasing. Oh,
you was
shit.
hanging with a herb, the clout chaser.
Yeah, Eddie, what
That's
you don't
the crazy
realize, man,
part.
this wasn't a podcast episode. This was an intervention for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We was just trying to get you to admit it.
About you. We need you to have better friends.
You know, the funny thing about all of that is when we come up with our topics and shit, I think I picked this one, didn't I?
You did.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was yours.
That's funny, yo.
And you didn't
But
realize
yeah,
it was
man.
you.
It was a cry for help, man.
Was I reaching out for
Yeah.
I can't even get it out.
You like R. Kelly
Oh,
writing in the
man.
closet.
I'm glad we
No,
got to do
man.
this for you, cuz.
Nah, man, like, you know, I can honestly say I won't allow myself to be in those type of situations anymore. With me being a little bit older now and just living life a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like I again, with the bull, the most recent bull, I guess if you want to say it was clout chasing, then fine, it was clout chasing. But I knew like the type of dude that he was, and this is even before Cuz told me like he didn't like his get down, which I respected because it wasn't that I was blind to it. His fucking baby mom used to say it was weird. Like all the
Hold
stories
on.
and shit
Hold
that
on.
I heard,
Hold on,
and
Wait a minute.
Huh?
So
What?
somebody
Go ahead.
somebody told you dude's a fraud, and then you still wouldn't been his friend afterwards.
it was no, we weren't friends. It was because listen, this nigga had more. Okay, let's just be real. I'm a truck driver, right? He does the same thing. He has a little bit more knowledge on the situation and connections that I need, right? So I used the nigga for the connections, like so that I could come up. It had nothing to do with me wanting to be like when we parted ways, I was cool. It wasn't like I was sitting in my room crying, oh man, I can't believe Cuz did me like that. Like, no, it was nothing like that, yo. Like it was cool. Like I got what I needed out of the deal, and he moved on with his life, and that was that. He
So
even
you
talked
was
a little
Bill Cosby in a
sideways about
relationship.
me after the fact, huh? Say it again.
So you were like Bill Cosby in a relationship. You got what you needed, and they got what they needed. And
I don't
you
know if
walked
he
away.
got anything from me, but I got what I needed, man. Like for sure. Like I don't know, however you want to look at it. Call me Bill Cosby or whoever the hell you want to call me, but shit, fuck it, man. Like whatever, you know.
I mean, my thing is that just you like I personally don't like to have a lot of people in a lot of circles because like I was raised that way, and like I consider you all family. Like you know my dad and my loved ones to the core, like you know, and vice versa. So like for me, I always try to have some sense of sincerity with those type of things. So clout chasing, I've never been for trying to impress people. I like to do things for myself, and I just like I am the way I am. I think that like it's hard in this society now though, because like we see these influencers and we have our kids have access to this without us, you know. So I think like these influencers can lead to a lot of that clout chasing, because what it also does is have people try to stunt and outperform each other and show off a little bit more than the next. And that's where the lies come into play. Like when somebody's saying like I got this, and then they're saying and somebody's trying to outdo the next person.
But see,
You know,
that means that none of us are clout chasers, though, for real, because if we were, we would try to step on somebody in this circle to try to come up. You see what I'm saying? Like, this clout chasing thing, like, I'm so iffy about the definition, because it seems like you could say something, and it's like, oh, that's clout chasing, but I could say something else a different way, and oh, that's not clout chasing.
So
it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying?
It does. So there's a difference between like
It does.
I
It
don't know.
does.
Fucking
It
sense
does.
to me, man.
So it's like, so you can be supportive of somebody, or you can go to somebody and ask them to help support you or help whatever it is that you're doing. That's being authentic and going in there to do it. You're not fraudulently portraying yourself to get that influence. So us asking people, can you post our podcast? Can you share our podcast? That's not being fraudulent. That's asking you to support us in what we're doing. If we were to align ourselves with somebody that we really don't fool with to try to get their audience to come to our podcast, that would be clout chasing on that person because we're aligning ourselves with that person that we really don't like. So there's differences in how you do it. It's all in the intentions.
But with a relationship, but hold on, with a relationship, how about a relationship, not friendship? Because it's easy to be a friendship, but with an intimate partner, the clout chasing aspect there, like how can it affect you? Like even if you're trying to build an influence,
clout chasing. All right. So in this situation, it's fictitious, but it's real life as well. So the movie Just Right, Paula Patton attached herself to Common to get influence and to get money and to become a celebrity. She was clout chasing. So even though that was an intimate relationship and she actually, quote unquote, supposedly liked the dude, you were there to get that status level by attaching yourself and aligning yourself with an NBA player.
So she used him to get what she wanted.
Right. So the moment something happened that it wasn't benefiting her, she walked away. That's the clout chaser. So people in relationships can do that with people that have some kind of level of whatever. You can be, again, just a local businessman. Say you're like,
she was a gold digger too, though.
Right.
And she's also on the boring box list.
Yes, she is. So, but also, so basically,
Paula
the example
Patton
I gave
is
earlier,
definitely on the boring box list.
Right. So the example that I gave earlier then about the bull who said that his wife was pissed because he did everything for Mother's Day except poster. That's not clout chasing. Y'all laughing. I'm not talking about me. I swear to God, I'm not talking about me. I swear to God, I heard this on the radio. My wife didn't give a shit about that particular thing. We have our own little story, but it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying?
No, they laughing about. They talking about Paula Patton being on that list that is to be revealed at a later time.
Oh, the list. Oh man, wait till they hear the list.
I think that's a level of clout chasing. That me personally, because it's if everything is great privately, and you're now upset because all the stuff that was done wasn't posted on Facebook, that's not for your relationship. That's for everyone else to see so they can come back and recognize you for everything that was done. To get mad about something like that, that's petty. So for me, if I was in that relationship and that happened, I would then question the relationship because it's not about just us. It's about what everyone else sees from us.
But I just tend to think that when the whole like you ain't posting me shit comes up, like that's not about clout. That's about like, yo, you ain't posting me. They're hiding something. Go ahead. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You ain't posting me because you try to hide me from these bitches or you try to hide me from them niggas or some shit like that. That's what that is. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with clout. It's just insecurity. And I mean, but sometimes the insecurity is justified. I mean, there's things that you can do to make somebody insecure.
Well, they want that status though, right? So they want to be noted for being your boyfriend or girlfriend because they really taking care of you on the low or something like that.
Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So the way Steve describes it, it's not clout chasing, but the way you describe it is clout chasing.
No, it's just that there's always gray areas in life. So you can always be on either side of the fence. You know what I mean? That some things aren't just black and white.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never had enough clout that nobody needed to be like, "Yo, I'm Steve's girlfriend." So
I feel like on a lower level, it doesn't make sense.
But you saying it because of your perception of it, and we also know that other people can perceive things different ways too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Like, and that's one of the things of love. Like, you know what I mean? Or just digging somebody that way, where you can be a sucker and it be like where people get looked at for being stupid for trying to chase or whatever you want to call it. But you might not deem it that important, but it might be like that way to somebody else.
But if they ain't gaining anything off of it, it's really not.
They are gaining something off of it. You know that they belong to. Well, not belong. Let me not say that. But you know that we're together. That's what they're gaining.
Right,
the
but that's not-
notoriety of
they
this
didn't-
is
they
my
didn't- They didn't
relationship.
gain any clout off of it. They just gained
But
the title.
it depends. It depends on what they think clout is.
Exactly.
So it depends on.
Right.
So
You
if
can't change the
Right.
definition of clout.
no, it, no, I'm not
Yeah,
changing.
This
I'm
clout
not changing the
definition been
definition of
changing
clout.
the entire
I'm saying-
time.
It's not the
No,
definition.
it's not
the-
changing.
it's the level, PJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's not.
It's levels of
It's
it.
not
right?
that like because like we said like in the incident with the picture with my cousin, like you said the clout level was because it's local legend. You know what I'm saying? So local legend is different than maybe national legend, but it still was because of local legend, right? So he was chasing it for clout, right? We can agree with that though, sincerely, right?
I don't know. I don't even remember.
Yeah, no, I agree
Come
with
on,
I
yo,
agree.
it's like
I
nah,
agree.
let's be
I'm being dead honest. Like
I was
so
there.
you don't
I wasn't
you
there.
don't-
I
you don't
wasn't
remember
there.
the picture. You don't remember when the bull was like, "Oh, what up? Let me get in here. Let me get in here."
I do
I wasn't
remember
that
that, but I can't. I don't know if that was for
See?
clout or just somebody just being
Nah,
drunk.
it
and
wasn't
dumb.
that.
I
It
don't
was
know.
for it's for exactly
Nah.
what I'm telling you for.
But it's you attach yourself to somebody who has popularity in an area. So it's for the people who are in the city. They know who Bub's cousin is. And if you're in a certain area of the city, you know who Bub's cousin is. So if I attach myself to him, you now think that I'm associated with this person, which now brings my
Right.
notoriety in this area up a little bit higher than what it was before this picture. But nobody fucking knows you.
Right.
So it's like you're not attached the way that you're making it seem you're attached.
Yo, we got in the,
That's
we was
clout
getting ready to take a picture. This nigga just hopped in and put his arm around PJ. Was like, yo, we was like, yo, who's you? He was like, nah, just come on, just take the pic. Hurry up. PJ knows all this because if we off camera, PJ say that. But he was doing it because he would know because the bull kept walking up to my cousin was like, yo, oh my God, it's you, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And you know that, PJ. You was there.
Oh my goodness.
I
it's
swear I
you.
don't remember.
It's you.
All right.
Oh,
I remember.
I am a loyal citizen of
Yeah.
Zamunda.
Eddie was there too, though. Eddie, you remember that shit, right?
I don't remember the details.
I was out in the
Listen, my
Midwest.
memory's horrible because I remember bits and pieces of this shit. That's why I said send me the picture through the thread or something because, like,
You right.
you know, my memory's horrible because I don't remember a lot of shit, man. But anyway, PJ, you didn't finish what you were saying, like, in regards to the question that I asked.
What was the question?
BJ basically saying that he don't have enough clout for anybody to want to clout chase off of him.
Yeah,
No, Steve said that.
100%. That's what.
Oh, you
No,
said
that's-
that too? Oh.
He's saying like he's saying like at a lower level there's nothing to gain from it, and I think that you have to
There's
understand
always
and
something to
realize
gain. If you
Nah.
get upset with something, go ahead, my fault.
because no, you have to understand that the way that you may see yourself is not the way that other people see you. So
I agree.
I get that.
even though you feel like there's nothing to gain from being attached to you, you have no idea what someone else's attachment to you means to them.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
I can feel like I've gained clout attaching myself to a specific person, and to that person it might not seem like shit, but to me it's like, yo, nah, I know such and such and such and such. I hang with them all the time. I'm always over their crib playing Madden.
Right.
But
Which
yeah,
makes it
you say
now-
that. Yeah, you say that, and everybody, I'm like, so. What's your
But
point?
no, but
And-
that's
Or
what I'm
maybe
saying.
they're in a circle, or maybe they're in a circle with people that actually know you that be like, yo, oh, you hang with PJ or you hang with young folks? Oh, all
All right, you
right, well,
cool?
that's dope.
Nah,
Yeah,
Let him come in.
Exactly.
let him come in the
Exactly.
crib.
And you won't even
Next
know
thing you
that's
know-
going on because you just at home chilling thinking, I'm just living this normal ass life.
And next thing you know, the five of y'all taking a picture with him.
It was 8.
Oh, gosh.
Yo, it's crazy. It's blowing my mind because PJ been knowing this story forever. Now this is the first time that he denouncing this story because the ball,
You ain't
the ball
letting
was
it go.
hugged up- the ball was hugged up with PJ. That's why it was funny because I thought he was somebody PJ knew. That's why it makes it even funnier. And he hugged up on PJ. He the only one in there hugged up and shit. You know what I mean? He got his arm around PJ. Like,
you got to show,
but
show some proof.
PJ remember Polio Thug. He remember Starter Pistol. He remember all them songs. He remember come on and take this picture. You know what I'm saying? Because that's deep, PJ. That's deep. That's deep.
All right,
Oh,
So-
my gosh.
let's wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Final thoughts.
Well,
If you-
I'm gonna just go first because my final thought is I leave this whole conversation not exactly knowing what the hell the definition of. I ain't gonna say I don't know what the definition of clout is, but I just feel like everyone has their own definition of clout. I also feel like every story you tell can either go towards clout chasing, but in someone else's mind it might not be. So I just feel like I mean, that's it. That's how I feel.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
you were.
like if you're clout chasing, it's like I'm trying to think like the donkey with the carrot. Like the donkey's never gonna get the carrot. You're holding the carrot in front of the asshole with a stick, right?
hmm
But like if you're actually doing something to actually taking steps to genuinely build clout, whatever the fuck that is, I don't think
hmm
that's actually clout chasing. Like it has to be more of exercise and futility to be considered chasing, because then like you know what I mean you're just chasing it. You're not actually taking the steps to get there. I don't know. I don't really think about clout, but just
hmm
from the conversation, I think the chasing part is you're not actually gonna get it. Like people that steal tweets and make it seem like it's their own post trying to like get laughs and shit like that. It's that kind of stuff. Like you don't have the creativity to come up with these things, but it's cool to just copy and paste them because you'll get some laughs and shit. But you know, what I mean, I don't know. I don't live a life that's concerned with clout or even ever gave it enough thought until like 3 days ago. So
hmm
that's where I sit with it.
Is it possible maybe you was just clout chasing and didn't know it? I'm messing with you guys.
I'm sure. I mean, it's
Well,
possible.
from the
but
conversation, we know who that was. So,
Nah,
My fault.
well,
Go
that's
ahead,
it.
go ahead.
Look, if
the real
if
PJ.
if you're looking for clout, don't come chasing me because you're gonna be disappointed at the end. There's nothing to gain other than maybe a guest appearance on a podcast.
Nah, they gonna come up and be like, "Yo, the real PJ, we're friends."
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, I was in the studio when you was there. Here's my writing credits. I said R instead of and.
Well, that's all I got.
I don't have nothing on it. Everything that's said that need to be said. What I want to say is make sure that you check us out on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, on this Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you either subscribe, hit the share button, and as of today, it's our 19th episode. Make sure that you take the time to check us out. There's always different lineups. There's always different conversations, and it's going to get entertaining and better as we go along. So stay tuned.
19, man. We should be getting syndication checks by now, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta build your clout. So, nah, because stop laughing. I can't be serious.
I hate
Oh
y'all
my
niggas.
God.
So, I think the moral of the story is just authentically be yourself, and like don't try to attach yourself or align yourself with somebody in fraudulent ways. That shit's corny. And once it's recognized, like you're gonna be that dude in the picture that we talked about 10 years ago. So be yourself, enjoy yourself. If you ain't make it there yet, keep pushing, but don't attach yourself to folks for the fake reasons. Good.
You said it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Damn,
Till
all
next
you missing
time.
was some Mr. Bubble.
I mean, I gotta get my
Please
bubble
say
bath bugs
authentic.
going. Bubble bath bugs. So shout out to our boy Bugs. You know, what I mean, he couldn't make it tonight, but you know, he's definitely missed. We gotta get his ass in here soon because he doesn't miss too many of these damn podcasts. But you know, to Bubble Bath Bugs, we appreciate you. Get you into a sermon real soon.